Well, in a moment, when you hit that mid-morning low and you just want that caffeine high, how high would you be willing to pay? We'll test it next. Well, I'm from a generation where you paid about 50 cents for a good cup of coffee. So like some of you, I still can't distinguish between a non-fat soya latte and a no-whip caramel macchiato. But even if you are a savvy caffeine connoisseur, would you spend more for a cup of Java than you would for, say, a bottle of wine? As our Francis Silvaggio tells us, prepared to be convinced to.
We're going to have a pour off for you. There you go. He'll do this one.
If making coffee is an art, Caffe Artigiano is the Louvre, and this coffee is the Mona Lisa.
It's an award-winning coffee. Came first in the world in 2007. The highest scored coffee ever. You know, the notes, the sweetness of the coffee is amazing.
It's called Panama Hacienda Esmeralda, a rare Panamanian-grown coffee with a price tag as steep as the mountainous slopes it was picked from.
This half-pound bag would cost you $135.
Or world champion barista Sammy Piccolo would be happy to make you a cup for 15 bucks.
There's never been a coffee like this out in the world. Why not give it a try?
Good question.
There's a store here in town that next week will start selling a $15
Really?
cup of coffee.
Oh, wow. It's too much.
What does it come with?
A cup.
That's it? Yeah.
Do you think there's a big difference between a $2 cup of coffee and a $15 cup of coffee?
Say about $13 worth.
Pour the coffee in here.
But Sammy says the difference is more than just price.
This is like a fine bottle of wine. So except you get a different buzz.
But only if it's made correctly.
A barista can make a horrible coffee. They can get the best out of a horrible coffee if they're a good barista. But a bad barista can make a great coffee taste horrible.
From the grind to the pour, everything has to be done just right.
So it's exciting.
I've never had a $15 cup of coffee.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's not as bitter as
We were expecting?
yeah.
A more enlightened man would likely have more creative ways to describe a coffee that costs about $1 a sip, which is precisely why this cafe brought in this coffee.
We're always trying to not just win people over, but try to enhance their palates towards coffee.
And unlike fine wine, you can drink as much fine coffee as you want and still drive home. Francis Silvaggio, Global News, Calgary.
Just don't expect to sleep. That's Global National for Friday. By the way, there's a new way to contact us on Facebook.